Good evening. Welcome to NEURODIGEST with me, your host Sylvia Mochabo, and our interpreter. And we have a special guest today. As you are aware or may not be aware, this month we're celebrating cerebral palsy, and so we'd like to deviate a bit and celebrate in honor of the 6th, which was Cerebral Palsy Day, World Cerebral Palsy Day that is, where we went green. As you can see, we're still representing green in the house, and we have a special guest. Our guest has lived all her life with cerebral palsy. She has broken the glass ceiling. She has done things a parent of special need will rather think is impossible. So stay tuned and let us hear a bit more. Don't forget to send in your questions or anything you'd like to ask our guest on our SMS numbers 20508, or also indulge with us on Facebook on Andy Speaks for Special Needs Persons, and on Twitter Andy Speaks for, and on Instagram simply Andy Speaks. So welcome, Maria.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Maria. I live with cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy is part of me, but it isn't who I am. And because of it, I have achieved more than I can. And I live a beautiful life with cerebral palsy.
Awesome. Isn't that just a powerful introduction? I like the positivity in that. She has it, but it does not define her. But it has empowered her to be who she is and more than that. So that is the right attitude we should all be embracing. So it's not supposed to be a pity party, but other encourage. Let them do what it is that they can do, because they can do more than what you think they can do. So how old are you?
I'm 26.
26. Wow, that is commendable. Very, very commendable. And for those of us who don't know, cerebral palsy is one of the neurodevelopmental disorders that normally affect the brain, and we have 4 types, and it causes a lot, several. How would you call it?
It causes several symptoms of condition. So cerebral palsy affects the muscular part of the person and also the joints and the nerves. And also it can affect the intellectual part of a person. So it's a very diverse condition in terms of how a person is affected, and also the levels of cerebral palsy are different. So not everyone with cerebral palsy have the same condition. It's very individual, so I can have a type of cerebral palsy, and you can meet someone else with a completely different type of cerebral palsy. Yeah.
Good. Yes. I wanted her to say it in her own words so that we don't go scientific. So just like autism, you can hear it is also a spectrum where in the cerebral palsy field, and it affects differently different people, and most of it is muscular. So you will find a greater percentage of those with cerebral palsy actually their mobility is what is most impaired. So you will have those who can speak, like Maria over here, and we have children whose speech has been affected and they're non-verbal. And so as you can see, there are very many similarities in the neurodevelopmental disorders that we have. So Maria, how did you come out and embrace the condition and still choose to go against all odds and achieve all that you have achieved, right? You went to school and all that. Just tell us a bit about yourself.
Wow, of course I'd like to say I haven't done this alone. Like, my mom has been very key in my journey, and my family has been very key in my journey. So I haven't done this alone, and I'm thankful for that. But through early intervention. So my mom got to know about my condition early enough, and that she was able to get me the help needed at the right time. And thank I was born in those days when still having a disability was quite a taboo. It was unheard for children to still be needed. So it was hard trying to get the community to accept me and the family to accept me. So that was also a big barrier for my mom to break. But after that, I think when I started therapy and I started meeting the milestones, of course I took much longer than any other child, but I started sitting and I worked at, was it 4 years?
Wow.
And I talked much later, but through that I think I got outside the lab to be able to feel like I belong, because I wasn't ever sure that you don't belong. I was treated like, no, you're a child, you're supposed to be here, you should play with the others, you should go out, you should, and that made all the difference for me. Until I think I got to primary school, and now the kids started teasing me and asking, why do you talk like that, and why are you walking like that? I remember from the background it was like, you fell, okay, I will brush you off and you'll be okay. So now I started thinking twice about it and thinking, why do I talk like that? Or why am I like that? And I would go back to my mom and she'd be like, now leave them alone, yeah, okay, just like you are. So at primary I started discovering myself and realizing that's why people stare, or that's why when I'm walking people move away from me. And that was hurtful, I'd say, in the beginning, because I hadn't understood the condition. So with time, then I would ask God, why me? Of all the people in the world, He looked at just at me, and then one day my mom said, why not you? And that one comment just changed everything for me, because it was, there's a bigger reason, there's a bigger purpose, and knowing that I have cerebral palsy because of a much bigger purpose, maybe it can be impacting other people's lives or changing the system, but that was my tipping point for me. Getting to understand that maybe after all, cerebral palsy is not a bad thing. It's actually a blessing. It only depends on how you see it.
And that's very commendable. And I always wonder, the same way I wonder for my children, and I get scared as a mother, and I commend your mom for making you get to that point of realizing it is okay, because we're always encouraging parents are the key when our children are special. You make the whole difference. The way you embrace your child their difference, the way you guide them to accept themselves. Because if you overprotect and you don't let them be comfortable, be confident in themselves, when you go out there, the world is different, right? Which you had to experience firsthand. And when you go out there, not many people quite understand. Not many people actually embrace that we are all different. So I want to just touch a bit on something that I always wondered. You say that when you would go outside, people would move. Most people would think that's the right thing to do. But you said it is hurtful. So as a person who's special, how would you rather people react? Or how would you rather people treat you when you're out in public?
The one thing I say is don't stare. I don't know whether it's in Kenya or
everywhere. I think they stare because it's different, it's unique. Okay, it depends. People stare for two different reasons. It can be because it's different. It could be in amazement that you actually. When I first met her, I was totally blown. I was so inspired that you actually travel on your own. I'm like, oh my God, I'm waiting for the day I'll be able to let my child go out on their own and be confident that they will be fine. You know, that is quite commendable, I have to say. So you find that someone is like, oh, there is that concern of, oh, you're alone, are you fine? So the mix could be different.
But I think it's different because there's a positive mix to it, like you're saying. That's very positive. How are you? Yeah, okay. But there are some people who just out of the blue ask you, why are you? Where is your mom?
Oh wow! Oh, so they think you're incapable of being on your own.
Of being on my own. In other times, because I'm a slow speaker, before you understand what I'm saying, and people don't have the patience to listen to what I'm saying. So a lot of people quickly snub me off as I don't know what I'm saying, but they just don't have the patience to listen. And small things in how people treat you. You know, people throw tiny remarks at you and say one thing or the other. And I would want to say, like, I know that people fear their nose, and people don't know their way around their own. So I like to say, just be kind.
Be kind.
Just be kind.
That is the greatest ask. Be kind. I remember I was saying that on my social media page just the other day. Be kind. If anything, just keep your comments to yourself. Unless it is positive, keep it to yourself. Special needs persons are still normal people. They feel, they can hear. Like she said, be patient enough. She knows what she's saying. She just needs you to accommodate her. Give her more time, but she knows exactly what she wants. She knows what she wants to say. So you just be patient enough to listen. It doesn't take much, right? It does not take much to listen. And I would like for us to take a break so that at least our guests can have some water and a small break. And then we will be right back. Don't go away. I'm your host, Sylvia Mochabo. You're here on Science TV. Remember, for any questions, you can interact with us on our social media pages. Andy Speaks for Special Needs Persons. Andy4 on Twitter, and on Instagram, it's simply Andy Speaks. And on our SMS number, 20508. That's 2050S. You can send your SMSs and we shall engage our guests. So don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back here on NeuroDigest with me, Sylvia Mochabo, your host, and our interpreter, and our special guests, Maria. who is touching us a bit more of walking in her shoes as a person living with cerebral palsy for the past 27 years. So she's an independent woman who moves around on her own, does her own things, and like she says, she knows what she wants and she's not afraid to go for it. And like what she has said, all we need to do is love and embrace. And she thanks her mother, who has been her pillar and who has pushed her to be the best version of her that she can be. And also early intervention is what attributed to the fact that they were able to give her the right treatment at the right time for her to have an easier and better life.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Thank
Now,
you.
I would like to make her a bit uncomfortable, but I believe she's a big girl. She can handle. Nothing is uncomfortable for her. So, how was it? You're the firstborn in your family, and she has a brother. How was it for you? When you started, you said also it was a bit difficult for your family. How has that been for family?
It's on and off. Like in diverse condition, its acceptance is every day. So sometimes it gets uncomfortable, sometimes it's too comfortable. But I guess like for my family, it's become, because I also like to think they understand the cerebral palsy, but the people around them don't understand about it.
That is the extended family now.
Yeah.
Okay. How is that? How does the immediate family? You said, how was it for your brother? Because he's neurotypical.
Yeah.
So how did he? Because he's growing up and you're different from everyone else.
Yeah.
How was it for him?
For him, I think in the beginning it was easy because he found me there.
Okay.
And he found an already ongoing system, as you'd say. But I think it got more difficult for him as he approached his teenage years and his self-awareness kicked in, and now he had his self-image and peer image. So even getting his friends to understand what's wrong with his sister, or to understand why is she like that, it became a point where he didn't want to be associated with me, which I think is common for everyone, because now he wants everything to do with me. So I think, as I said, acceptance is every day.
Every day. It's a process.
It's a process. You can think you have accepted, but then you go somewhere and there are new people, a new environment and everything, and the stigma comes up again, and then you find all of it again in an uncomfortable spot. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
why I ask that is because I am scared of teenage life.
Yeah.
I've empowered my son enough to embrace his brothers, but I'm not sure when he gets to teenage, like you say, it is a red flag. It's a totally different story.
Yeah.
Or back to that. That was your brother's teenage life. How was your teenage life? Because I can imagine it must have been an experience, and it's one of the things that scares special needs parents the most.
Yeah.
Teenage life! Where now you discover, oh, I'm a girl, I'm a boy, I need to this, there's things you're feeling. So how was that for you?
That was interesting, but I think what helped me was the school I was in.
Oh.
I was in KCCM, which is an integrated system. Yeah. And so I met new people and new things, and one thing I thank them for, they actually taught us about being and teenager.
Okay.
So we had I can't remember the days, but I remember some days of the week in the afternoon we had a girls class and a boys class.
So you're split now?
Yeah, we're split. And that's when we taught all these things about hygiene, peace, your periods, sexual reproductive health, but of course it was about boys, it was keep away from men. And of course then, in high school I remember everyone had a boyfriend and girlfriend. Of course they were not
despite
serious.
being told no.
Yeah, despite we didn't listen. So I like to think, or I said, people with a cerebral palsy or any other condition have the same emotions.
Yes, that's true.
As anyone.
So your emotions are intact. You still go through the same hormonal changes.
Yes.
You still feel the same way you felt as a teenager. It's the same way.
Yeah.
It's just that now they have to deal with both.
Yeah.
Their condition plus the normal life.
Yeah.
That must have been. Was it tough?
It was tough.
Were you confused?
Yes. I think I was more than confused. I was, what do you say, in a tangle.
Okay.
In a desperate tangle, because you're feeling things, but you are not able to express them. That's one thing. Even if you express them, no one gets it.
No one gets it. Yeah. It's like everyone expects you not to go through the.
Yeah.
You know.
To go through the emotion. But it was just a passing phase, thank God.
Yeah.
School kept us busy and home kept me busy. And I think with that I got to Module 3, but now the challenge was in making friends, engaging friends.
In school or outside?
Outside.
Outside school.
Outside school. And you know, as a teenager, you want to have a clique of people that you have.
Your quorum.
Yeah, your quorum. And everyone has a quorum during those years, who you can rebel with and you can, you know. And I found myself always been, either because I'm sleepy or I don't know, but I was always with my family. Okay. And that was my quorum. So that was hard, and I couldn't understand why I don't have friends or why people don't want to be my friends. So I'd say that was the hardest thing about this year, that I went through it without friends.
Yeah. And that was high school. No, now college is another story altogether.
Yeah.
Which college did you go to? Because I'm not even going. Like, was it regular? Was it a special college?
It was regular, and this was the crazy thing about it, because no one thought.
Yeah, I'm so surprised. Wow.
And then I thought, okay, so normally you go primary school, high school, and then one day I came up with the idea I want to go to university. And everyone was like, what?
Like, are you serious right now?
Are you sure you can do? I'm like, no. I want to go to uni. So after a long story, that can be a show on its own, because it took me 2 years just to get a school.
To get a school. And
could
that is,
accommodate me.
wow. Because that's a challenge we have in our education system.
Yeah.
It's like people think up until then they consider special needs persons can only be technical
Yes.
or something like that, or like you can't do much up to
Education.
that. So getting a university that can accept you was the challenge.
Yeah.
So acceptance comes in again.
Acceptance again.
What were they saying? Like, what was their story?
The main story was, sorry, we have never had someone with cerebral palsy in our school, and we don't know how to deal with you.
That's what everyone said.
That was.
But why then? Why could they break the mold? Be the first one. What is so hard with that?
I think going back to the fear of the unknown and the challenge to actually, because it's putting in extra.
Yeah, that's true. They have to go in your speeds and all that, accommodate you.
Yeah. They have to go out of
In a
their
way.
to accommodate us.
And that's what people don't want.
Yeah.
They want easy, comfortable.
Moment,
you know?
you come go, please. But now, when you come in and you're asking them for reasonable accommodations, like to use a laptop to do your exams, to record the lecture, even to have one-on-one with the lecturers, then it seems way out of them.
So where did you finally go?
Thankfully, I landed in Africa Nazarene.
Woohoo! Congratulations, African Nazarene, for being accommodative.
Well,
That's a bonus.
very accommodative. The staff were amazing, and those 4 years were actually my best.
Oh, that's so nice to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, and I made so many friends afterward, but it was so fascinating in the beginning, even the way you have new classes, and people who have never been in class with you, and they hear you speak or they see you walk, and you can see their face.
The facial, you know, you can never hide what comes from inside.
And it was so fun. And every time I would see that face from a fellow student or from a lecturer, I would be like, here we go again.
You know, the same story.
Yeah.
Wow, but this time you were tough enough. You had seen it all, I'm sure, by the time you're in college.
Yeah.
All facial expressions.
Yeah. And I was also self-aware.
Yeah. Now you are past the
Yeah.
teenage life. You know who you are, what you want.
What
You
you
know.
want. So I could easily explain to them. So I'm even impressed now to know some of them are working with children with different abilities.
Oh, that's
and
lovely.
children with cerebral palsy, just because, and now even their minds are opened up because I was in their space. So African Nazarene had a special place for me, and then so I graduated last year, which was like a milestone.
That is a huge congratulations.
Thank
That is a
you.
great milestone. Like you set the trend. It is
Yeah.
doable because that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
You can live a normal life. You just need to embrace. And parents, don't give up. Whatever your child wants, make sure that you do everything you can to ensure they get where they want to be. So what did you study?
I studied community development.
Community development.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love people.
you love people.
Yeah.
And people love you back for sure.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
despite that first facial
Yeah,
expression,
yeah,
I'm sure after
yes.
some time, because you're a very, very pleasant
Yeah.
person to be with.
Thank you.
I know we spent the cerebral palsy day together with my children, and you saw how Andrew just I was like,
come and give me a hug. Like, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. That's how it should be. No barrier, any difference. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. We are all equal. Now the toughest question.
Yeah.
What is the hardest thing you've gone through? What is the one thing that made you feel like, God, why? You know, even after the empowerment, even being self-aware, all that in factor, what is the worst that has ever happened for you because of your condition?
So, I think the hardest experience has been not to me, but to my mom or the people I love because of me. In the sense, I remember I was with my mom and we went somewhere, and this lady just went on and on and on, throwing bad words
at your mom.
Yeah.
What happened? Why? She just came from nowhere and
she was saying how irresponsible my mom is. She's not taking care of me as she should. She's not doing her work as she should. She leaves me to go alone, you know, such things. And that was hurtful because I feel it's already hard for my mom, I guess, or for anyone who loves me. So it hurts me to think they can go through painful situations because of me. So, and I know they will always be there somehow, but yeah, I guess nothing that can happen to me can break me. But if anything happens to my mom because of me, then that breaks me.
Your mother is your closest, and she's your main champion.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she has, looking at where you are now, I can imagine how much work she has put into it, to have to trust, to be strong enough to let go of you, to be your own person, to go out in the world and be your own individual. That is something I must commend her for, because as a special needs parent, I'm afraid of that day. I am afraid of that day. So for someone to come and start judging from nowhere, so that is totally uncalled for. Totally uncalled for. So we would just like to urge people to be, mind, you don't know the shoes that a parent goes through to get to where they are. And all the greatness that Maria has achieved, it has taken the mom, it has taken her persistence, her trust in her daughter, the belief in her, empowering her every day to move on, to go through school, to actually go to university and achieve what she has achieved so far. So let us be mindful when we're speaking to special needs to past parents, because it's a tough journey. I am sure there are days, I'm sure there are days that you look at her and you're like, how did you do this? You know. And also for the families, just give them a break.
Give them a break.
You know?
Let them be.
Yes. They've done it for 20 years. You're just walking in and you're being judgment about how you raised them. So they don't know how they should pinch it.
Yeah, they don't know. And again, they don't know you're doing the best you know how to.
There is no manual, by the way. It's not like she's raised another daughter or another child who's special. It's the first. We learn as we go. The best you get is, if, like now, what Maria has talked about, and then a parent learns from it. But no one gives you a manual of how to raise a special child. And all of us are different. Every child is different. So you can say this size fits all. You cannot say there is no way. Yes, exactly. Everyone is an individual. And have you gotten a job yet? Or what are you doing with yourself right now?
I'm a bit of a freelancer.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I like doing my own things on my own terms. So instead of getting a job, I decided to run my own organization.
Whoa, that is some real gaffer. I see you now. I see you. That's very commendable.
Thank you.
That is very commendable. She's become an entrepreneur, chasing her dream because, like she said, she wants to be in charge.
Yeah,
So,
we
rock it.
can have a Jeremiah Foundation for people with disability, not disability, for cerebral palsy. So we focus on awareness and advocacy, and then we provide the intervention in terms of healthcare and education, and again we provide the support systems. Because our main driver is in the sense of many children with cerebral palsy or any other condition lack the basics. The basics to life in terms of like medication, food, or sometimes assistive devices and things that enable them to be able to become more. So, and having the basics is a burden for most families. So if we can get a chance to ensure that every child with a condition has the basics, they can go for therapy, they can go get an assistive device, they can get the medication they need, they can get diapers, they can get, and their parents can have a support for them, then they're in a more better position to be able to raise the child in the right condition, environment. So we call them the basics of dignity.
Yeah, that's true.
Which are very important. That's with the foundation, and of course, alongside that, I do other many things.
All-rounded woman, huh?
All around here, and I want to break the glass thing, and I want to create another narrative that as people used to call me a guinea pig because and it was fun because everywhere I went I was saying that the first one there they were trying something on me, and maybe I can be the guinea pig of this generation and create another narrative that having a different ability is just a part of you.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not who you are. Yeah.
Wow. That is a very powerful statement. It is part of you, but it's not who you are. Meaning it does not define you.
Yeah.
So don't embody yourself in it.
Yeah.
Just live with it, right?
Yeah.
Wow, I believe we've come to the end of our show. I am still wowed and amazed and mesmerized by how much you have achieved, and your spirit for being a go-getter. Breaking the glass ceiling is absolutely what we need to see, because there is nothing impossible if you equip your child with everything that they need. Any parting shots you'd like to add?
Wow. Yeah, I have so many, but I think my parting shot, if I come back to the World TB Day, which was yesterday, and celebrating children and people with cerebral palsy, would be about our mentalities and attitudes. My belief is the way we think about someone is ultimately how we treat them. So we should be very conscious in how we are thinking about people with different abilities, because in turn that's how we will treat them. And we forget everyone has a value and everyone as unique as anyone else. So that's, I think, my challenge to everyone. You should be very conscious, as you say, and also be kind, because again, everyone is valuable on this side.
Yeah, that is true. Thank you very much, Maria. Thank you. Okay, my dear guests, that was quite something for today. So at least we have walked her journey. We've seen how she has been able to break the glass ceiling of people living with disabilities, and she has decided to be her own person, to be the guinea pig, so long as she gets to do what she wants to do. And that is real empowerment. Kudos to Mom for raising such a strong, powerful, well-aware young lady. And until next week, we'd like to say thank you for being with us, and don't forget to join us next week here on NeuroDigest with me, Sylvia Mochabo, your host, our interpreter, and we will have another guest next week. So stay tuned, and for any questions, don't forget, keep in touch on social media or SMS number 20508. Till next week, here on NeuroDigest, good night.